Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to derive the derivative of tangent of x. So the tangent of x is defined as the ratio of the sine of x over cosine of x. So I'm going to use the information about the derivative of sine and cosine to derive the derivative of tangent of x. So right here we want to take the derivative of tangent of x. Okay, so that would be equal to the derivative of the ratio of the sine of x over cosine of x. Okay, so now let me write down some information. Okay, we already know the derivative of sine of x equals cosine of x, and the derivative of cosine of x equals negative sine of x. Okay, and since we are taking the derivative of the ratio, so we have to apply the quotient rule here. And the quotient rule is that the derivative of a ratio u over v equals v times u prime minus u times v prime over v square. Okay, so that is the v times the derivative of u minus u times the derivative of v divided by v square. So now I can go ahead and plug in this our tangent of x function into the quotient rule right here. We know that this is equal to, so the derivative of sine of x over cosine of x then equals to cosine of x times d over dx of sine of x minus sine of x times d over dx of cosine of x divided by cosine of x squared. Okay, so let me rewrite this one here. So we get cosine of x times d over dx of sine of x minus sine of x times d over dx of cosine of x divided by cosine of x squared. So in the next step, I'm going to go ahead and take the derivatives of derivative of sine and cosine. So we get cosine of x, and then the derivative of sine of x is cosine of x minus sine of x, and the derivative of cosine of x is negative sine of x. And everything divided by cosine of x squared. Okay, now I'm gonna simplify further the numerator. So cosine of x times cosine of x is cosine of x squared, or cosine square x, which is the same thing. Minus times minus is positive, and then we get sine square x, and then divided by cosine square x. Okay, you can write it this way or you can write it this way, it's the same thing. And now we know the trig identity that the cosine square x plus sine square x equals 1. So we can apply this identity here in the numerator, and we get the sum of the cosine square plus sine square equals 1. So we put that up there and then divided by cosine square x. And we know that 1 over cosine x equals secant x. So 1 over cosine square x is going to be then secant square x. So derivative of tangent of x, or tan x, is equal to secant square x. So this is the final answer. and the derivation of the derivative of tangent of x using the sine and cosine. So hopefully this helps.